And days after a deadly train siege, Pakistan security forces foiled an attack on a checkpoint in the northwestern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. This after a suicide bomber blew himself up in a vehicle near the Frontier Corps camp. Well, terrorists were killed in the incident. According to the Inter-Services Public Relations, terrorists tried to attack the checkpost in Jandola area of Tank, which was repulsed by the security forces. The ISPR said security personnel confronted the militants and effectively prevented the attackers from advancing towards the checkpoint. Following an intense exchange of fire, Pakistani soldiers carried out an operation eliminating 10 terrorists, including the suicide bomber. The attack comes a day after security forces killed all 33 attackers who had hijacked the Jafar Express train in Balochistan and held passengers hostage in the mountainous region. Now, according to data related to a think tank, a Pakistan Institute for Conflict and Security Studies, Pakistan witnessed a sharp increase in terror attacks in January 2025, surging by 42% compared to the previous month, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa remained the worst affected province, followed by Balochistan. India has rejected Pakistan's allegations that New Delhi is behind the violence in the neighboring country, where Baloch rebels hijacked passenger train, killing at least 50 people. Now, in strong remarks, India has snubbed Pakistan after it hinted at its role in fomenting trouble in the restive area of Balochistan, where a freedom movement has been brewing for decades. Now, the Ministry of External Affairs has strongly rejected the baseless allegations made by Pakistan. India says the whole world knows where the epicenter of global terrorism lies. It schools Pakistan to look inwards instead of pointing fingers and shifting the blame for its internal problems and failures onto others. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, on the other hand, has called on political parties to forge national unity to combat the surging militancy in the southwest Balochistan province. Now, it's important to note that this comes a day after the military announced it had conducted a successful operation against separatists who hijacked a passenger train with over 400 people on board and killing 33 militants.
Today, we have rescued innocent Pakistanis from the clutches of these ruthless beats, but God forbid, Pakistan cannot afford to undergo any such incident again. For that, every one of us will have to play their role. Our armed forces will be able to crush these terrorists with full valor and force as soon as possible if we are united.
The Prime Minister also visited Quetta with a federal minister and other officials to chair a high-level meeting to review the security situation. Addressing a press conference after the meet, Sharif urged Pakistan's political leadership to sit down with the military leadership to discuss the challenges that the nation was facing. He emphasized the need to achieve consensus and vowed to provide the security forces with the resources needed to combat terrorism. The Prime Minister criticized the PTI government for its decision to resettle fighters of the banned Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan after an agreement with the group, saying the move was responsible for the rise in terrorism. Security forces have successfully rescued 339 hostages. 25 people have lost their lives in the attack, including 21 innocent hostages, 4 soldiers and others.